Hello there everyone, and welcome to your weekly MTA plan work video for the Queens Subways and Long Island Railroad for the weekend of Friday, October 19th, 2018, and lasting until Monday, October 22nd, 2018. We have a lot to get into. Most of you will remember some of the service changes from previous videos. Hello J-Train riders, if you're just welcoming yourselves into the video. I'm talking about you guys. I feel bad for you, and I'm going to recap that. A lot of crazy stuff we always have to discuss every week. And not to mention, this weekend on the Long Island Railroad, we have 3 huge major service impacts that we must discuss right at the very end of this video. So without further ado, Queens Subways first, and of course the Long Island Railroad at the end of the video. First up, is there any work on the 7? Unfortunately, yes. October 20th for the 22nd, 12:15 a.m. Saturday to 4:30 a.m. Monday. Free shuttle buses and the EFNW trains, along with the Times Square 42nd Street shuttle, will replace 7 service between 34th Street Hudson Yards and Queensboro Plaza in Long Island City due to signal modernization. 7 service will run between Flushing Main Street and Queensboro Plaza. You can use the E, F, N, or W for service between Manhattan and Queens. You can transfer at Queensboro Plaza for the N or the W line, or at 74th Street Roosevelt Avenue, also known as Jackson Heights Roosevelt Avenue, for the E and the F line. Free shuttle buses will run along 2 routes, between Hudson Yards and Times Square, and between Queensboro Plaza and Vernon Boulevard, Jackson Avenue. No, the W line will be running during the work, like it's always been the past 2 weeks, and the 42nd Street shuttle will run overnight. Another quick service change reminder. If you have not heard about this, I'm first letting you all know about it now. This will start on October 20th and last through the 22nd, 12:15 a.m. Saturday to 4:30 a.m. Monday. Queensboro Plaza bound 7 service will run express from 74th Street Broadway to Queensboro Plaza due to signal modernization. So I want to quickly give this reminder. If you absolutely need service, local service between 74th Street Broadway and Queensboro Plaza, if possible, please use the Q32 bus, or you can transfer to an eastbound train at Queensboro Plaza and continue your trip that way. So there's 2 options. You can do that. I wouldn't really want to recommend the Q32, but the Q32 is an option, and yes, it does run on weekends. I know that by heart. Partial M train service again. And I'm going to go into the Q line because the Q line is very important. This will affect the Q line as well in Brooklyn. So I'm only bringing up Brooklyn for this time being, and if it happens again, I'll keep talking about it, because 2nd Avenue line service is just really getting to be a headache now on weekends. So here we go with the partial M train service. October 19th for the 22nd, 10 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. M service will run between Middle Village, Metropolitan Avenue, and 4750th Street, Rockefeller Center, and via the Q between Lexington Avenue and 63rd Street and 2nd Avenue, 96th Street. This is where we're going to talk about the Q line. And I figured for this slide, there should be no effects, because this is very important. I need to elaborate on how important this is going to be in Brooklyn. October 19th for the 22nd, 9:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Free shuttle buses and the D, M, N, and R lines will replace Q service between Prospect Park in Brooklyn and 96th Street, 2nd Avenue due to track maintenance. Q service will run between Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue, and Prospect Park. M service will run to and from 2nd Avenue, 96th Street Q station all weekend. Shuttle buses will make all Q stops between Prospect Park and Atlantic Avenue, Barclays Center. Transfer between Q trains and buses at Prospect Park and or between buses and DNR trains at Atlantic Avenue Barclays Center. Transfer between DNR and M trains at 34th Street Herald Square. Please consider using the D, F, and N lines to and from Coney Island Stillwell Avenue. Will the R be affected? R service will not be impacted, so if you want local service along the Queens Boulevard main line, please use the R, E, or F lines. Also, for an alternative westbound-eastbound service to Manhattan from Queensboro Plaza, you can also use the R train. Will the E be running? There is no planned work. Just remember, there is no express service on weekends on the E line. F train service changes. October 19th to the 22nd, 11:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Coney Island Stillwell Avenue bound F trains will be rerouted via the E after 36th Street in Queens to 4750th Street, Rockefeller Center, due to signal improvements. Use a Jamaica-bound F train to complete your trip via transfer at 4750th Street or at Roosevelt Avenue. For Lexington Avenue, 63rd Street, take the M train or Jamaica-bound F line. So, I'm going to elaborate on this now. If you're coming from Queens and you want service on the 2nd Avenue line, if your train is not stopping at Lexington Avenue and 63rd Street, you have about 3 options you can work with here. You can transfer at Rockefeller Center, 4750th Street, 42nd Street, Bryant Park, or 34th Street, Herald Square. You're going to take a northbound train, and it's going to directly connect you to the 2nd Avenue line. The M will be running on the Q line this weekend. So please remember that. Don't want anybody getting confused. If you see your trains not stopping at Lexington Avenue and 63rd Street, please take these notes down now. It should be on the subway map. You can look it up online. And you should be able to make your trip if you need to get to 72nd Street, 86th Street, or 96th Street. Thankfully, if I wanted to go to College Shores Park, I would remember that. But I wouldn't be screwed in any way. Once again, transfer 4750th Street, Rockefeller Center, and that's where the slide ends. On the N line, October 19th to the 22nd, 9:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Astoria-bound N trains will skip 36th Avenue and 30th Avenue due to station enhancements. This is very important. The W line will be available this weekend, as I was mentioning earlier from the 7th slide. So here's what's happening. October 19th to the 22nd, 9:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Astoria-bound W trains will also skip 36th and 30th Avenue due to station enhancements. October 20th, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday. And October 21st, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sunday. Special weekend W service will run between Whitehall Street and Ditmars Boulevard. Once again, no J train service due to station rehab in Brooklyn. October 20th to the 21st, 3:45 a.m. Saturday to 10 p.m. Sunday. Free shuttle buses in the E train will replace J trains between Crescent Street and Jamaica Center due to station rehabilitation. J service will run between Broad Street and Crescent Street. Free shuttle buses will make all J stops between Crescent Street and 121st Street and connect with the E at Jamaica Van Wyck. Transfer between trains and free shuttle buses at Jamaica Van Wyck E and or Crescent Street J. No planned work at all on the A line this weekend. Just remember, 86th Street is still closed due to station rehab. Hopefully it will open. I'm hoping it's going to open by the end of the month, because it's already the end of the month almost, and we still do not know when 86th Street will reopen on that line on the west side of Manhattan. So just want to let everybody know, A-Line will not be affected this weekend. No work is planned. G-Train, due to high demand travel to Fulton Street for the J Balvin concert at Barclays Center. The G-Line will have regular service between Court Square, 23rd Street in Queens, and Church Avenue in Brooklyn. Now, let's see the Long Island Railroad service changes website. We have 3 major service changes this weekend on the Long Island Railroad. We have pretty much 3 substitution projects taking place this weekend on the Port Jefferson branch, the Port Washington branch, and the Far Rockaway branch. So first up, let's go to the Port Jefferson branch. We'll zoom this out. I apologize, everyone. That's better. Starting at 6 p.m. Saturday, October 20th, and continuing through Sunday, October 21st, buses will replace trains between Stony Brook and Port Jefferson to accommodate state of good repair track work. Westbound buses will depart 17 minutes earlier than normal train times. Train service is expected to resume at 1 a.m. Monday morning, October 22nd, 2018. Service will be affected as follows. Westbound, customers at Port Jefferson will board buses to Stony Brook University 17 minutes earlier than normal train times. At Stony Brook University, customers will connect with trains for service to points west. Eastbound, customers traveling to Port Jefferson will transfer at Stony Brook University for bus service. Please plan for 17 minutes of additional travel time. For details, pick up a Port Jefferson branch track work schedule at your station dated Sunday, October 21st, 2018, or visit the MTA's website for more information. And of course, there is a PDF file, so obviously, for the heck of it, this weekend, because I want none of you guys to be confused, I will leave this link right here. See this link? Highlighted right here in blue. I will leave it in the description below, so that way you all can find it easier. I figured I wanted to help you all out finding this link, because it can be very hard to find it. Second, we have early morning track work. This is a track testing program that will be taking place on the Port Washington branch. Buses/vans will replace 6 eastbound and 6 westbound early morning trains between Great Neck and Port Washington on Saturday and Sunday, October 20th and the 21st. Here's how service will be affected. On Saturday, the 20th, eastbound, the 11:54 p.m. Friday train and Saturday trains, 12:17, 1:17, 3:04, 5:18, and 6:18 a.m. trains from Penn Station to Port Washington will terminate at Great Neck. Customers will board a bus or a van at Great Neck for service to stations Manhasset, Plain Dome, and Port Washington. Please plan for up to 25 minutes of additional travel time. Westbound, 12:44, 2:10, 4:10, 5:39, 6:39, and 7:11 a.m. trains from Port Washington to Penn Station will originate at Great Neck. Customers at stations Port Washington, Plain Dome, and Manhattan will board a bus or a van for Great Neck up to 25 minutes earlier than normal train times. Then connect for train service to points west of Great Neck. Now, let me just confirm if this is the same time. Yeah, I think this is the same time from Saturday. So I won't confirm that, but I figured I will highlight this on Sunday. I figure there might be people coming from Penn. So I'll highlight this one right here, right now. 11:20 p.m. eastbound train from Penn Station to Port Washington. This is Saturday train that originates at New York Penn. Will terminate at Great Neck. So please reiterate from what I just mentioned from the Saturday thing. It also applies to, of course, Sunday. There we go. So that way you all don't get confused. So I'm going to reiterate the point again. 25 minutes of additional travel time will be added to your trip. You can click for the PDF file and it will give you more information on the trains being canceled. So please remember that. Once again, link is in the description. I won't say it again because we're on to our last track work scheduled for this weekend, and this will take place on the Far Rockaway branch. And once again, we have maintenance on the Gibson pedestrian bridge. Will affect Far Rockaway branch service starting at 11 p.m. on Friday, October 19th, 2018, and throughout the day on Saturday, October 20th, 2018. To accommodate the work, Far Rockaway branch trains will originate and terminate at Valley Stream. Service will be affected as follows. Westbound customers of Far Rockaway through Gibson will board buses up 27 minutes earlier than normal train times, then transfer to trains at Valley Stream for service to points west. Eastbound customers will transfer to buses at Valley Stream for transportation to stations Gibson through Far Rockaway. Please plan for up to 24 minutes of additional travel time. Let me just confirm it right here. Oh, look at this, folks. Please plan ahead. A similar busing program will also take place on Saturday, November 3rd, 2018. So that's interesting. So let's just quickly take a look at this PDF link because I am curious here. What does it say? Okay, good. Good. So this will only be on Saturday. This will only be on Saturday. So this is going to affect service in the 5 towns. So once again, I'm very familiar with this branch of the railroad because remember, I did go to Cedarhurst last month. And that's why I was like, Gibson, oh, okay. Gibson is before and after Valley Stream. So that's why I didn't get confused when I read it. So I'll highlight this here. It will also... This is so messed up. It highlights everything. I wanted to highlight that. So we'll just go back to this again. I have it highlighted right here. So when this does take place, I will remind you all again regarding this project. Also, before I wrap up this video, there will be another mainline. Let me confirm it right now on the schedules. Let's confirm it right now. Because I am pretty sure we have planned work already next weekend on the main line. Let me just confirm that at the moment. So if I check the Long Island Railroad's website, it will give me that information. So we'll just check it right now. Let's go down. Here we go. Alright, I'll bring it up right now, so I'll reiterate it next week anyway. But if you don't remember from last week's video, there was weekend track, the concrete tie installation work. Buses are going to be replacing trains between Huntington and Port Jefferson next weekend, taking place on Saturday, October 27th, and on Sunday, October 28th, 2018. So I just want to reiterate that. Nobody gets confused here. I just want to say that why are they doing work on the Gibson pedestrian bridge when people are going to want service to the New York City Marathon next weekend? That's sort of inconvenient, but hopefully if people leave early enough on Sunday, then that whole thing will be taken care of. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this up. So I will bring it up in next weekend service changes video, but I just wanted to end the video on this point. As you see here, here's the bus logo. And I gotta say, they do design these schedules very well. I gotta give credit to the Long Island Railroad. when credit's due. So this is good communication right here. So that's going to wrap it up. Thank you all for watching. As always, please plan extra travel time if your line is affected or your part of the railroad is affected, in that case, the Long Island Railroad. And as always, until next time, please take care.